ready?
We'll open it up. You said the other night you didn't want to come in here today talking about the number 9. 9 last year and a 9-game streak. Now you have 10.
It's a better number.
What were your?
I like double-figure numbers better than single-digit numbers.
What were your priorities, your area of focus coming into today to get a performance like you got from your team?
That's a good question. Specific to them, we felt like they're really a big team inside, first of all, and you got to start there with us defensively, because you got to protect. We just have to protect. We're not that big inside. We are big at the guard spots. So whenever we're playing a lot of really big guys, so we work on that and make sure that doesn't hurt us. It didn't hurt us. We did a great job there. South Florida has not been a great three-point shooting team all year, and tonight really surprised us, and so that hurt us. But that wasn't our prep. Our preparation was mostly take away anything inside, try to take away their penetration. Probably didn't do a great job with the penetration, and definitely had some way too many threes hit on us. But I want to say this. What an unusual week and situation. I try to think, on their side, and I know Orlando and really liked him. I don't know any of the specifics of the coaching change, so I'm a coach, so I always feel badly when I see those types of things happen. I feel badly for the players. I feel badly for their staff. I know those guys. Some of those guys, I've known them for years, and yet at the same time, I was so impressed, because there was a good chance that a team could come in here today, look like they're about half unraveled. And I thought that what we saw was a team that was anything but. I thought they were united. I thought they were disciplined. I thought they were pretty darn good. They were changing defenses. They put in a defense they had not played all year. They executed. Their guards played with confidence, and heck, I was very impressed, and hats off to them. Tough situation for all of them, and I, in the middle of that game, felt like they're playing really well. They're sticking together, and potentially this team could just keep getting better and better if that is going to be typical of the direction that they're going to go from here.
Dre Foster, offensively, what's he done to improve?
He's just a good player. Dre is just such a good player. Dre is a guy, and I love guys like this, that I'm not sure how many nights you could ever leave the gym and feel like he didn't do several things to help you win. Now, some nights with him, it's not scoring a lot of points because, A, he's so unselfish. B, maybe the game didn't come to him or whatever. But obviously had a great shooting night, and he's potentially, well, not potentially, he is. He's a very good shooter. We have a lot of weapons. Sometimes he doesn't get as many shots. Tonight he did. Tonight he's feeling it. But even when he's not scoring, I can promise you, I love having him in the game, and he makes me feel safe. And I just think he's a total winner.
Ben Meligu also had a fairly strong game. Sort of to piggyback Bill's question, what's he been doing that's led to his recent improvement?
If you watch Ben's play closely, like coaches do, we study film. Ben's been playing very, very well in a lot of games. He does a lot of good things for us. He's just got off for this season to a rough shooting start, but not. He took, for the most part, taking good shots and just, sometimes it gets a little bit mental. Tonight it was not mental. He was very, very good. He was very confident. He was very aggressive, and he's had some other games like that. I hope he builds on this. That's only going to make us better. Just one more guy that can jump up and get you 10, 15 points on a given night. I was really happy for him. and it adds a lot to our team. It just increases the margin of error. The things, every single thing doesn't have to go right. The more guys that jump up and have big games. So now when you're the opponent, you got a lot of guys you got to key on. You got to have a lot of good quality defenders to match up with all the guys that we throw at you. And tonight another thing happened. We shot over half our shots from three. Of course, they zoned a lot. That sometimes happen. We don't plan how many. We never say, let's try to shoot X number of threes in a game. But we do definitely say when we're open from three, we're gonna let it go. And I love it when we're shooting with this much confidence. I had a lot of fun watching our guys share the ball. And 23 assists, 15 made threes. That's pretty good stuff.
Speaking of sharing the ball, how much does the short bench help in terms of communication and playing together? It seems like it might just bond the guys.
Yeah, I think it does. I really, you live on the edge. You live on the edge, or at least I feel like you do, when you have as few players as we do. So you can, on one hand, the stress of foul trouble, illness, injury, all those things we talk about, you're living on that fine little line. But at the same time, when everyone is healthy and out of foul trouble and ready to go, I think it does bond a team. I really do. I think it brings them closer together. I think no one's worried about who's getting the shots or I'm not getting enough opportunity. They're playing a lot of minutes. They know that and they're also mature enough to know some games the game kind of comes to me, and sometimes it kind of goes to him and we don't care. But then the next game it turns around and it goes to somebody else. And I just think that those are my favorite kind of basketball teams when those types of things happen and can happen, and you've got those weapons and got guys playing with confidence. So I think that's the silver lining, even though the margin of error is so slim.
You've talked during the year about how you have a team full of guys who can make shots, even after games when maybe you didn't make as many as you would hope. Today you have 15 threes, you shoot 54.5%. When you look at a game like today, how do you balance maybe this was a day where just shots were falling versus the offense is getting back on track to the point that shooters are starting to hit regularly?
Yeah, I don't want to overdo the three-point shooting because there was a lot of zone played, and zones usually, they make you in theory shoot more threes than you would. So if you play man-to-man a certain way and really stretch the shooters, you can kind of take three-point shooting away. Now you got to guard the lane and penetration and post-ups and all that. So I don't want to get carried away that the fact that we're 15 from 30 from three shows that we're now, going to just bomb away from three. But what I do feel, and I'm pretty confident of this, is the direction that we are going offensively is going to lead to more and more good shots that are good for us. What's good for one team or one guy may be different for another team or another guy. But we have a pretty strong idea, pretty good understanding of the kind of shots that these guys can make on a consistent basis. So that's how you develop your offense, and that's where we're headed. We're trying to play to our strengths, and I think it's showing up. And for me, a good shot is a good shot or bad shot when it leaves somebody's hands, not where it goes in or not. For me, I don't look at the number. We must have taken great shots, or when you shoot 4 for 15, you can't look at the number and go, we're just forcing shots. That's not the case. Outside shooting comes and it goes, but what doesn't have to come and go is taking good shots, uncontested shots. And I thought we worked our way, we shared our way, found our way to 23 assists, to a lot of open shots. More could have gone in, it could have been one of those nights. I thought, conversely, Holston hit some, I'm big on rhythm jump shots, okay? Rhythm, I catch it in rhythm, I shoot it in rhythm. I think hard shots, two pretty hard shots from three, or when you're sprinting away from the goal and you let it fly. You got to be a pretty advanced shooter to do that. And another one that I think is harder than that is what I call flat-footed shots, where you catch it, the game settles, and you're kind of just, you're just jabbing flat-footed, and you just jump and try to shoot in the guy's face. And I don't know, they must have had 5 of those. You don't see that very often. I give them credit. You got to be a good player to do that. So it wasn't like I felt like we're giving up just wide open drive and kick, wide open threes at all. I saw a lot of flat-footed threes, and I say that giving them credit and showing that they've got some talent. And again, I go back, I thought Murray and their staff did a terrific job. I was hoping for a lot less today, I can tell you that for sure. I was, selfishly, not for their sake, but for ours, I was hoping they weren't going to look nearly as put together and confident and purposeful as they did today.
Anything else? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.